But one farmer says, seems to me there was a tea party in Boston that was illegal too.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold.
We shall seek to establish and maintain a dollar which will not change its purchasing and debt-paying power during the succeeding generation.
As anguished shrieks rose up from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
Government credit and government currency are really one and the same thing. A reserve of gold and a small reserve of silver.
Why do central banks hold it?
Well, it's a form of reserves.
Why don't they hold diamonds?
Well, it's tradition, long-term tradition.
Well, some people still think it's money.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. Looking for Harry Dent. You know who he is? You know where he is? Harry Dent. I'm looking for Harry Dent. You know him? You seen him? Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to the JUNIUS MALTBY channel. Yes, we're looking for Harry Dent, as well as every other skeptic and gold bear out there that was calling for gold to crash. Over the years, you've seen it. All the calls for numbers below 1,000, below 750, even below 500. Well, here we sit on a 5-year chart looking at $1,555.20. That was yesterday's close, up $27 on the day, 1.77%. And here you can see a 1-year chart. Keep both of these charts in the back of your mind as we peruse these upcoming headlines and articles. Pay attention to the dates and the calls that these individuals come up with. Here's the tragic irony of the gold bubble from a pro, and this is from November 4th, 2014. And in this article, he's talking about pre-crisis levels of $700 and $750 gold and how they're very reachable and likely to occur again. Sorry, gold and silver lovers, the party's almost over. July 13th, 2016, precious metals may be in a bear market for 10 to 15 years. That article was calling for 10 to 15 year bear market, and that was in 2016. Opinion: study predicts gold could plunge to $350 an ounce. The authors of a landmark study say the recent decline in prices is just the beginning. Look at these clowns. Claude Erb left, a former commodities portfolio manager at TCW Group, and Duke University finance professor Campbell Harvey foresee a long-term drop in gold prices. Gold bugs who have just begun to digest bullion's more than $100 drop over the last month need to prepare for the possibility of an even bigger decline. And in this article, Erb is saying that gold stackers need to prepare for $350 an ounce incoming. Now remember, these are the experts. These are the professors. And Erb believes the situation is no longer whether the gold bugs can live with gold at $8.25 an ounce. Now remember, it hadn't even reached this at this point when he wrote this, or when this article came out. It's whether they can live with $350 an ounce. If and when gold gets there, he confidently adds, the gold bugs will have progressed through the final 2 stages of grief. Well, we're not gold bugs, remember, we're gold hawks. And these guys, well, we have various names for them as well. This prognosticator of prognosticators, this soothsayer and tea leaf reader, also goes on to say that over the short term measured in years, according to their research, remember these are professors, these are brilliant individuals, and they've done research. A lot of research went into this. They must take seriously the possibility that gold won't just drop below $1,000 an ounce, but eventually to a far, far lower price as well. Here's the title of their extensive research paper and study that they had a team of primates working on with them. The Gold Dilemma. Financial Analysts Journal, Volume 69, Number 4. This is by Claude Erb and Campbell Harvey. Of course, they're both from universities and highly rated experts in their field, predicting, again, gold prices to crash below $1,000 an ounce, reaching $350 an ounce. They wrote this paper in 2013, and some of the articles they are quoted in are from 2014 as well. Opinion: 2017 is the year gold drops below 1,000. This was published December 29th, 2016. Why Ivan Marchev's 2017 call is so bearish for gold. Here he is. Harry Dent being quoted. Is the call by some for gold to fall to $700 realistic? This is from October 18th, 2017. Doug Eberhardt, ETF Research Analysis. The summary here, Harry Dent used to say gold will fall to $250, then $400 an ounce. Now he says $700. What are we to believe? So obviously Mr. Harry Dent, is extremely bearish on gold and has no faith or hope in it whatsoever, just consistently calling for it to reach lows that will not be achieved in his lifetime. I'm sorry to inform you, Mr. Dent, but you are not going to see $250 or $400 or $700 gold ever again. Again, back in 2017, Harry Dent was out again with his predictions of gold moving lower, this time to $700 in 2018. In most recent presentation, however, he verbally said that gold will fall to $400, and his slide shows a graphic depicting a price of $250. His graphic throughout the entire presentation shown below shows him calling for $700 gold. But most new viewers of his latest predictions should know he has been negative on gold for quite some time. Well, that was back in, again, 2017 and 2018. Here we are. We had just went through a beautiful bullish year of, 19% gains for gold, closing the year out above 1,500. And just in the early part of this year, reaching 1,555 with an extremely bullish forecast going forward of gold most likely soon to reach record levels. And that's, again, predictions from other financial institutions and other experts. Those are not mine. I'm just the medium in which the information passes through to you on the other side of the blue snowball microphone. We're not picking on Harry Dent. He just happens to be one of those individuals that makes the rounds in the news. You can see several articles here pulled up just from a simple Google search. The Market Oracle, Seeking Alpha, Kitco News, all of them discussing Mr. Harry Dent and his price predictions for $700 or $400 gold. All of them very bearish outcasts by him. And the dates you can see there, 2016, 2017, and 2018. Now remember, gold never fell below, not even $1,000 an ounce. It dipped below 1,100, but it recovered quickly, and it never went below 1,000 again, and it will not. And we've discussed this at various times. I believe I even have a video titled "Gold Will Never Go Below 1,000 Again," or it won't drop below 1,000, something of that nature. Easily searchable. I'll even try to find it and put a link down below. Gold will fall. Gold will plummet to $700 an ounce. My name is Harry Dent, and I'm a Harvard-trained business strategist and best-selling author. What a humble way to start an article. I'm a Harvard-trained business strategist and best-selling author. When I give speeches, I love the Q&A part of the program. It gives me the chance to connect with people and tell them things they don't know, hit them with some knowledge. No, I added that part. To hear what's on their minds and to provide as best I can insight on what might lie ahead. Well, you're not too good at it, Harry, because it's been a couple of years and you haven't been right anywhere along the way. The topics people want to discuss change with the times, but some topics are evergreen. For example, interest rates are always front and center of people's minds. However, for the last several years, gold has been a hot topic. What's going to happen to gold prices? Should we be gold bugs or gold bears? That's what I always hear. And well, the title of this article is "Gold Will Fall. Gold will plummet to $700 an ounce." So I'm pretty sure we know his opinion on whether or not we should be gold bugs or gold bears. And as you know, I do prefer the term gold hawk as opposed to a gold bug. Now, Mr. Dent, we'll call you Mr. Dent. I just love the way the Joker says it. It's a little bit better. You were wrong And this entire book that you wrote is likely at this point invalid. But Mr. Dent will leave him alone. He's not the only one. As you can see, there are many individuals with these opinions. Surprise! Gold to fall to $1,000 in 2019. This is from Blackstone. That was their prediction and their call. Well, we just made it through 2019, and that absolutely didn't happen. As a matter of fact, we went in the opposite direction of a decline, and we went up 18 to 19%. Their prediction was that one of the big 10 surprises that awaits investors in 2019 is gold dropping to $1,000 an ounce. Well, it closed at over $1,550, or over $1,500, and shortly after hit $1,550. This is from Blackstone's Private Wealth Solutions Vice Chairman Byron Wien in his annual prediction. While the majority of analysts expect the gold rally to continue and for the yellow metal to break out to the upside after breaching its key psychological $1,300 an ounce level, Wien sees the opposite happening in 2019. Quote, "That's a real surprise, 2019, he said. Gold will drop to $1,000. My thinking is that gold has been in a consolidation period for about 4 years. Everybody thinks if it breaks out of its trading range, it's going higher. We think it's going lower. And why not? Well, because it's not. That's why. Gold price is likely to fall further, and that's a good thing." From Simon Constable, contributor. What does he have to say? He says that gold has disappointed investors lately and is likely to continue doing so. The bad news for anyone holding substantial quantities of bullion is that for the foreseeable future, things aren't likely to get better. In other words, gold prices will either languish where they are now at around $14.65 an ounce or drop further. Now get this part. He writes here. This is really important. He says that I believe what is taking place in the gold sector last fall was not unlike the NASDAQ in 2002, general equities in 2009, and housing in 2010 to 2011. In other words, I don't believe I'm wrong on any of this. Gold will not defy logic and remain in a bear market for the next 3, 5, 10, or 13 years. That is not the case. Just another 20-year bear market for gold. This is from February 6, 2019. Getting close to almost a year ago. From Soma Bull, Gold and Precious Metals. The summary here was, with the weakness in the sector last fall, many wondered if gold was about to fall back to the $1,100 range, or worse, hit triple digits. Opinion. I'm betting a colleague that gold will fall to less than $1,000 an ounce this year. And this was published July 18th, 2017. The Chinese devaluing the yuan or a steeper U.S. yield curve could hurt the yellow metal. I wonder how this individual paid his colleague. This is by Ivan Marchev. Name should be familiar. We read about him earlier in today's production. I put my money where my mouth is when I made my 2017 annual prediction. Gary Alexander, who edits my Navalair market commentaries, bet me $1,000 that gold will not decline below $1,000 an ounce in 2017, and I took the bet. See, 2017 is the year gold drops below 1,000. It was probably my self-assuredness, after having correctly made 3 previous annual predictions in a row that were somewhat contrarian for 2014, 2015, and 2016. Could gold fall below $1,000? This is by Przemysław Radomski, August 13th, 2018. Gold is likely to plunge below $1,000 this year, and we've been writing about it for months. This article provides a list of critical long-term factors that one should not pay attention to because they're incorrect. No, that's not what he really says. He says that you should pay attention to them if you want to invest or trade in gold and silver or mining stocks, and he includes links to his previous premium analysis. And he just made these analyses available to everyone in case you would like to read his wrong assessment of what is to come and never took place at all. This could send gold tumbling below $1,000 again, Citi says. This was published May 23rd, 2016. And they're saying watch for the dollar index to rise above 100. And again, gold never went below $1,000, so Citi has to eat crow on that. This is from Barbara Kohlmeyer, markets reporter, and the article will just summarize real quick. Last time gold traded below 1,000 was in 2009, and they don't see any reason why it should not trade below 1,050 or even fall below $1,000 an ounce if the U.S. dollar index rises to the 100 level. Well, sorry, but I'm here talking to you from the future, Barbara. Barbara, come in, Barbara. This is the future. Gold never did that. Gold is headed lower by Bill Sarubi, Great Speculations Contributor Group. Gold may fall below $1,000 an ounce, and this is from August 14, 2018 at 0800 hours, 0802. He titled the article, Gold is Headed Lower, and Mr. Sarubi, Bill, saying that gold may fall below $1,000 an ounce. And again, this wasn't that long ago. It was 2018. Again, that never did happen to occur. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We got a pro in the house. We got ourselves a pro here. This will drop gold to 1,000, says Credit Suisse Pro. The guy's a pro. Alright, he's probably got cleats, a pinstriped uniform, and chews real man tobacco. Because he's a pro. Probably plays ball. Probably played ball for Harvard. The article's from Alex Rosenberg. But let's see what the pro has to say. His name's Tom Kendall. He's the Kendall, the real one. Head of Precious Metals Research from Credit Suisse. Gold could fall to $1,000. This is the credit. He's also not even a pro. He's an expert. Credit Suisse expert. So he's kind of an expert pro, or a pro expert. He says that gold's enjoying a great start to 2014, hitting a 3-month high on Tuesday as it notches its first 5-day win streak since August. But Credit Suisse's gold expert, a pro, cautions against overstating the significance of the move. In fact, he says that if the economy gets through its recent soggy patch, gold could fall all the way to $1,000 this year. So not only do we have the pros, the experts, we got this guy, a top forecaster. He's probably like a weatherman, but not. More of like a gold weatherman. And he can't get it right. Because he's saying gold below $1,000 by April. Top forecaster. This is from January 7th, 2016. Gold forecast to average $970 in 2016 by analyst who called 2015 down to the dollar. So he's a top forecaster. Gold will drop below $1,000 per ounce within the first 3 months of 2016, according to the analyst behind last year's winning forecast, beating 30 other professional analysts in the London Bullion Market Association's 2015 gold forecasts, and coming a very close second in the silver forecast, Bernard Dada. That's really his name, Dada. Dada. I wonder if his kids call him Dada. Of French investment and bullion bank Natixis, called last year's annual average of $11.60 per ounce down to the dollar. Well, it didn't go below 1,000 in 2016, and it never came anywhere near 970. So I'm going to guess he's no longer a top forecaster. April, call to wait and buy gold below 1,000, still in effect. This is by Doug Eberhardt. The summary, the dollar has been rising since 2011, yet every expert in gold still calls for a dollar crash, because we know it's the leper with the most fingers left. We know it's a diseased and rotted currency, my friend, and it's only propped up by force and manipulation, but they don't get it. Despite a possible bounce in gold at present, gold will still break below $1,000 as we complete the deflationary credit contraction phase. Okay, and that never happened. It just won't happen. Fear. Still the missing ingredient. Where will it come from? For gold to move higher, this fear must come from the U.S. and Fed policy failure. Well, we shall see about that. Again, is gold about to plunge to $1,000 or even lower? Since warning about a possible correction in gold and silver in late January, gold has fallen by $125 and silver by $1.64. Now this is from March 16th, 2015. Though I am a longer-term fan of precious metals, that's good, so he's kind of on our side, I have been concerned in recent years about the risks posed by the ending of the commodity supercycle, as well as the rising U.S. dollar, which trades inversely with precious metals and other commodities. However, not all the time. Well, it didn't go lower, and I'm not going to really call this article one of your typical or standard bear calls and insane ramblings. He was just looking at the possibility of a possible correction in metals, but overall it sounds like a long-term, more of a bullish outlook, and he's kind of long metals, and that's good. So I like that about the guy. We're going to leave Jesse Colombo alone. Plus, I like the red power tie and the short crop dark area. He's just overall probably a pretty cool guy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and my friend, Mr. Harry Dent, thanks for tuning in here to the JUNIUS MALTBY channel. Now remember, I'm not an expert. I just pass on information. This video is the result of an actual request, a comment and subscriber request from our last gold video. And it was such a good idea, I had to put it together today. I could have done it alone. I had some help from Paladin Stacker. He went out there, gathered up some articles to assist with the production of this program. And I did some work earlier today in hunting down some of these articles and doing some research in that area. Now again, I'm no expert on any of this when it comes to making the calls or predictions, and I've never really tried to nail down exact numbers like some of these people. You know my position. You know I'm long precious metals and absolutely long gold because I do believe in the fundamentals of it, and I recognize the significant flaws in the overall world and U.S. economy. Not only the geopolitical risks, but just the overall rotting failure of the modern economic system and policy of fractional reserve banking, the central banking model, the Federal Reserve System, and everything that we've discussed on this channel over the years that you have come to know as being the topics of discussion here in that arena. So yeah, these guys, I think you got to be really cautious. I take it as a lesson. You know, when you're reading financial articles, you're watching the news, you're scrolling through all of these sites. There's so much material out there, so many opinions. And when you're looking at all of that, again, don't even take my opinion that seriously at all, actually. I'm not a financial expert or someone who you should necessarily bet your life savings on at all. It's just a place that we gather to discuss these topics and bring you this news and opinion. That's all it is. It's opinion at this point. But take it the same way when you're reading these guys. When you see the mainstream media, these financial articles, and these different websites that want you to pay to subscribe to get their newsletter or to get their key expert analysis, remember that they're human. They're coming at you with their unique perspective, their prejudices, their opinions, and it's oftentimes, as we've just seen, a lot of these pros and experts and top forecasters are very, very, very wrong in hindsight. Very wrong. As a matter of fact, anyone who's been a gold bear over the last decade. Hello, kitty. Oh, look.
Oh, she brought a little toy.
Oh, you got a little toy over there. Okay. Don't interrupt my thought, kitty. Anyone who's been a bear over the last decade for gold, a gold bear, since about even 2000, has been wrong. So 2 decades. If you've been a gold bear for about the last 20 years, you've been wrong. Think of that. 2 decades of it. And because I don't count the overall years where, yeah, it dipped 0.86% or whatnot. When you look at gold overall, the average over the last 2 decades, we're looking at like an 8 to 9% increase year over year over year over year. Again, look at what we talked about in the beginning of this video. Gold closed yesterday at $1,555. We entered the year just breaking 1,500. Back in June or July, we were sitting around 1,300. The markets are setting up for a major correction, which is going to be a significant tailwind on gold. and we're looking at predictions and a bullish outlook for gold going into the future of breaking records and hitting $2,000 or more dollars an ounce. It's not going near 1,000. You're not going to see 1,000 again. So just take that for what it's worth. Thanks for tuning in. Again, thanks for your support, liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you guys being here and being part of these programs and keeping this channel alive. There's links down below. Check them out. And as always, thanks for tuning in again.